Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the whole cold, frozen hellscape of our lives here in the Andes, where everything is awful. Repay this loan. Alright, at least get a little bit of money. Privilege cost. So, we're slowly but steadily getting more and more farmers into the maze, and hopefully at some point, yeah, it's infrastructure first, then the most profitable. Here's the 5 prestige, whatever. Minus 758. 728. We need that number to get back up, unfortunately. Because it turns out that the terrace is going to be the last one to get the built. Or get people in it. Which actually reduces our total amount of food produced, which isn't great. Fair enough. Yeah, even though I'm on infrastructure first, then most profitable, I think RGO is kind of just to take priority over buildings. Which is fine, we can deal with it. But yeah. There are people are moving in here. Paka Jaki offers me an alliance. That actually could be huge. They have 5,200 in the rear. I don't know. Apparently they love the Killa. Either way, that keeps the Killa from wanting to murder us. Unfortunately, this is the promised land where there's actual population capacity. That's okay though. Like I say, bad reputation, not great. But yeah, with the number of peasants promoting into laborers and slowly filling up this maize farm, we're getting more and more. Our food supply is honestly fairly stable at this point, and I'm happy. I want this real bad. Hey, you. Send an insult. Proceed our declaration of war. So that way it costs a little less stability. But you know what? This area, the province of Wari, is good. Then maybe we strike down here. Break through. We'll see. I'm slowly like making plans as I go, but like these regions are continental, which gives us a chance. Continental potatoes, very important as far as I'm concerned. You know? Because we get lots of bonuses with potatoes. They produce lots of food. Like food productivity is so high here. Yeah, terraces and potato production, 35% additional food output with potato. Damn, if we aren't actually making bank. Alright. I know it's March, but I think it'll be quickened now. They can't actually resist us, I don't think. I guess I'm gonna find out. God, what interesting places to raise my fucking troops in. Like I said, quicken out 5 minutes. Beat them up, take $10, take their land. Stand down. Then we're back on the farms. Alright, so integrate province. This is something I kind of need to do a little while ago, but it's fine. Yeah, 35,000 so far. Theoretically, I can build irrigation. Farming villages. Yeah, local food capacity plus 100 and local food production plus 4%. Very little potential buildings. The commoners. Yay. Yeah, well, we're gonna have some commoner insurgents to deal with. I'm our patriots. I don't know if there's much I can really do about that. I think I can't really govern this myself. As much as I want to. Labors with livestock, yeah. Okay, yeah, wool is a worse food RGO though. I'm debating if I want to spin this off into a subject. I think I do. Because otherwise I feel like the IMR Patriots or whatever are just going to keep rising up. Because I can't accept them. You know? They are unacceptable. Even if I'd, like, get rid of everything else. They would cost me 4.18 to accept. Alright, getting another 10% food production here. Oh yay, a mason. Alright. It's fine. Even if I don't necessarily like what they've built, it's still a building. But the problem is it just disables the terrace further. Alright. But yeah, they've reached maze. Level 3 fully working here. The terraces are half operational. Slightly more operational. Okay, only -7 so far. -2.9. There we go. With the terrace fully operational, we lose 2.9 food there a month. Yes, good. Glorious. I am very happy. Very happy to see that. Because here's the thing. Eventually, if I can start selling food in the winter, I can start buying food in the winter. That's basically what stops us and pushes us constantly towards starvation. Oh yeah, I can pay 8 gold to get expand farming cost reductions. Yeah, no. 10% of a farm is like 5 gold. I have a CB to fuck with you, don't I? Yeah, I'm not sure you two matter. I'm pretty sure this is I just kill all of you thing. Okay, well, I'll wait for the campaign season. And then I'm just going to try and murder all 3 of them. Damn. Like, I can attack in from multiple ways, so... Alright. 0.55. God, I love to see it. We basically just don't lose food here in the winter anymore. Fine, we'll increase ties to our fucking neighbors. I don't know. Ask for larger levies. 3,700, eh? Ain't bad. Maybe now I actually just murder you. Because for whatever goddamn reason, you have a lot of people in these lands. These, yeah, they're plateaus, so they're not as bad. Yeah. Hey, you know, with some terraces here, and with our administration, you could even grow a little food in the winter. Yeah. I mean, intensive agriculture will help. Olympic skilled raiders, recurrent warfare. Fine. It's not like we have a whole lot of control here in the first place, so. Alright. So campaign season is about to begin. Save. And, yeah. I'm sorry, you've insulted us? Well, first off, I should insult you back so that way it doesn't cost me any stability to declare war. And now I'm just gonna body the shit out of you. Because I have 5,300 levies. Okay. I just want to make sure we actually have our general on them. Alright, they actually just broke. Perfect. Alright, move there. And you guys have to move down here. Try and knock out enemy forces there. Alright, and that ought to do it. Alright. I forgot to take 10 gold from the other one. Shit, didn't I? Can I separate piece out you? Thank you. Take the 10 gold. Sue for peace. Ooh, 15 gold. Alright. Hey, that's 55. You know? Oh shit, they're building a farming village. Yeah, there's... like, this place is actually prospering. As wild as that is. Alright. So, let's talk about colonial charters. Because I believe a lot of these places are, in fact, like, majority Wari. Alright. everyone go home. And so I can just kind of take control of them all. Via colonial charters. Demography, yeah, worry. So, let's continue to grow our strength. Alright, so we do actually have a nation formable up here. Okay. Never quite sure what I need for it. Alright, but we're doing good. Making good time. Yeah, we'll gain an empire, that'll be good. But yeah, we need to keep basically taking the mountains all along here. Kitchen Andean. So our culture is Kitchen Andean, so okay, we can... If there is any Wonkas here, by any chance, is that your culture? No, you are Chanka. Which are Kitchen Andean. That's probably fine enough. Okay, yeah. But either way, we've broken down and now have, at least in theory, this region as well. Which is something. Anyway, on to the next one. But yeah, thanks to how colonial charters work, because it's kind of silly, we're fine. Indian, yeah. Alright. I now suddenly have 12,000 levies. I feel like I should try and murder Kilauta right now. You know? Like, the Aymara will revolt, but the fuck am I gonna do about it? Maybe I take them as a vassal. They'll probably not remain loyal. So the Chanka people. Okay. It actually would be beneficial for me to conquer these guys. Because then I can colonial charter the rest of this stuff. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I need to get above 2.5, and then I can colonial charter shit. Cultural location. Okay, I know. There's even more worry up here. Apparently. So I might just be able to continue my... There's just a lot of, like, weird provinces, unfortunately, that are very scattered. But I can get closer and closer to the completion. Alright. of our Incan Empire, at least. It's just tough. Like I said, I think this is actually a pretty huge win, though. Even if I end up having pretty much no control. I don't know. What are the odds that there is? Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no natural harbor up until, like, here. So, any control along the coast is going to be pretty minimal as well. There's just no hope. You know? No hope at all. Alright. And, yeah. Talange. I feel like if I can just conquer my way in here, I can get those warrior provinces. The problem is it's still just going to be a long time to actually get this. I, for whatever reason, need to own a lot of locations. You know? But, I mean, it's only 1361, so I think I can relax. We've done very well. We've, you know, united at least our core region, or also this zone. And that'll probably help. I do have one other issue, though, which is going to be minting. Also, I now have burgers. Did one of you chucklefucks actually manage to make a town? Certainly doesn't look like it. Why in God's name would you build a terrace in a copper mine? Like, this just has building maintenance. Like, I'm tearing this down. Don't get me wrong, terraces are great. But I'm not paying for that shit. That's stupid. It's a copper mine, goddammit. Yeah, there's gold here, which I'm sure won't cause us any inflation or anything. Alright, where's my budget going? 3 terraces. Well, these are the only 2 I know of, so I'm gonna take a little look around. I mean, we got 2.5 off the back of that. That's pretty bad. Like, again, I'm gonna tear that down. Spend shit smartly. Anyway, so the burgers exist. I think I want to wait 1 month before I actually give them anything. Outside of, like, urban development grants, anyway. So I just want to see where, like, things land. Yeah, we have basically no burgers. But yeah, we'll allow them to exist, I guess, and do things. Cost of the court. Yeah, unfortunately the cost of the court is just going up, or no, it's because, right, I paid out legitimacy. Fair enough. They're just peasants, yeah, apparently. Minus 18 food. To be fair, this place has now grown enough. We no longer need migrants. Alright. Lord knows I now have 1 million provinces to integrate. I think I'm moving towards balanced court. Or court of culture, either or. I don't think we need an itinerant court much longer. It was good to just get our court over here. But now we can actually move our court normally, so as the market slowly gets its shit together. And yeah. So how much is buying food gonna set me back here, you know? The Miller's Guild. 0.11, okay. Yeah, this region needs to be integrated. Okay. It's July. I just want to keep an eye on the food. Yeah, 0.65 is brutal. We don't have positive, like, income right now. 0.71. Bought as much food as we could for him. I'm sure some areas will just starve. Some won't, some will. That's sadly how it goes. Hopefully someday, you know, these people will fish. I mean, to be fair, as we kind of move towards, like, freer subjects, I'm hopeful that, like, we'll actually be able to settle tribes here. Instead of integrating Yunka, actually. Maybe actually settle tribesmen down here. Like, this region is reasonable for growth, I think. Cold arid desert. I still can't get more than a mild winter. It's like potatoes are just going to be so good here, you know? Even in a mild winter where we get like the minus 20%, it's still going to be plus 20% food. Thanks to the magical power of potato. I just want to double check here. Okay, it's May. When does mild winter actually begin here? You know, up here it's already normal and will soon be a severe winter. Bountiful harvest. Plus 25% food production, yeah. Bountiful harvest. You know, it ain't bad. It ain't bad. That's a nice picture there. I have done well. We sell a fair bit of food through the winter. Come on, settle some tribes. It's not really working. I probably just need to integrate everything, which Lord knows that will take time. So just resume that. part of the nobility, though. The real problem continues to be that I'm just not making enough money right now. So I kind of have to cut stability funding. The profit per level, despite this being, you know, immediately next door, is not actually all that much. And we don't get a whole lot of minting. Oh, Lord. Whatever, just get it all integrated. Regions immediately adjacent to the capital are important since we actually do have control. 40,000 fucking tribesmen. Alright. We'll want alchemy for sure. I don't know, organized religion's an entire tree that I have not even gone down yet. I don't think there's much I need. At least not yet. Maximum RGO size, though, is technically good. I'm going to do wool output plus 10% since the wool actually does produce food as well. Or do you both just kill over and die? Jeez. Well, put in some replacements and keep integrating. Alright. The Aymara Patriots are just going to rise. There's nothing I can do about it. But that's okay. 134. Yeah, I need to try it. There's no way I can ever really control the nobility. That's kind of a thing. I kind of have to accept that. And the sooner I accept it, the better. 57. But yeah, like the profit per level of like any building I can build right now. Yeah, 0.56 for building farming villages. There, that's amazing. Unsurprisingly, maize here. And then silver. Somehow not gold. Yeah, anyway. If I was real crazy, yeah, 96, and I could like get adjacency to the gold. That would potentially give me some decent taxes, you know? And I think might be a worthwhile cause to pursue. Alright. Guys are building a charcoal kiln now? Alright. That's fine. Sure. Everything that isn't fucking food. Like, by God. Alright. We ride. It's fucking August. I can't even help. I'm fucking paralyzed here. By winter. Next month, campaigning season begins. Expand the gravel road network. I guess we'll just do that. No one wants to fund the farming estates or anything, huh? food access. Even though I barely have any food of my own to give you. What weird ways we have to go to get to our rally point. Okay, our forces are gathered. The general is selected. Yeah, so anyway, reduce opinion. Ask for a law change. Let's go, I don't know, horticulture, I guess. I don't think innovation matters very much. I guess the war is over. Yeah, this our ally pretty much immediately surrendered. Fair enough. All right. Yeah, well, I legitimately tried to help it. That's not even a case of, you know, the player dicking over the AI. It's like, man, I'm frozen in mountains for half the year. Pick your campaign season correctly, you know? Yeah, you should be wanting hurrah marriage right now. You should be real afraid right now. There's just another 7 stability. It's fine. Fuck it. We gotta gain the stability. You know? Like, by God. Alright. We're at least have positive income now. And hopefully that'll continue to improve. Oh, yeah. Nobody cares. I think probably forestry ordinance makes the most sense. I do get a decent bit of income from minting. Alright. Stability is good. Yeah. Like I say, we're kind of just fine. Unfortunately, do I just start ripping out the Panakas? Like, I as the crowd literally have 0 power. Yeah. Still, I'm glad to see our capital's nice and full. Like I said, this is one of our very few and very troubled breadbaskets. Yeah, that's not a shock to anyone. Oh, good. You have the decency to rise up in February. Thank you. Annex the revolter. Alright. And we're done. Real quick, in and out, 5 seconds. Yeah. Oh, come on, Ma. We really need that gold. On the plus side, with all the Panakas, I do have 13,000 soldiers. Yeah, I think I do just need to kind of march on Quilla. Control over Kulla and, like, the hills here. It's worth it. At least maybe. I think I need to send my cabinet in to, like, disarm the situation in order to actually make it worth it. Because Lord knows this is rough, you know? Unless I could find some way to get additional accepted cultures. Which I don't think I can do until the Europeans arrive. Alright. Yeah. Monthly assimilation. We're very spiritualist. Those teachings, no censorship, any religion. Okay. Yeah. No, fuck it. I'll take 7 stability. There we are. I'm up to 53 now. So... how are we doing? Profit per level on the thing's still a full $1. Not enough lumber. There's not enough lumber to expand a mine, unfortunately. So I guess the truth is the only thing I do is it's just not enough lumber at all. No, we definitely need more traditional economy. Let's go. Alright. We're getting there. Like I said, this is our home. Quillarum, York. It once was Cusco, but you know, it got hit with strange Arctic temperatures that make it uninhabitable. I know these guys are actually a different religion than I am, right? Yeah. The Chanka and Chincha religions as well exist in this region. As well as, I guess, Pava, Nelamp, and Chango. So, I don't know, I'm kind of in positive stability territory, so I'm like, ah, yes, I should do a thing. Okay, oops. Let's get another guy integrating here. Integrate as much as we can. not enough lumber. And sadly, we continue to barely make any money. It's pretty tough. Yeah, like the charcoal kilns don't really make money. Unity of Faith, woo. Like fuck. Have additional buildings been built that are maybe costing me? No, just the 2 terraces still. Okay. Yeah. Just need more peasants everywhere. Yeah, plus 54%. I still can't believe we have 120% extra food there. And so we can actually farm a little bit in the winter. It's now up to 60 gold to expand. Inflation is hell. Alright, well, we'll get a little bit of cost of purchasing food reduction. Not sure that ends up mattering too much, but hey. 61. I'm never going to be able to build it, am I? Might submerge geosize and rural. Who knows? Maybe we'll get 9. Won't matter, I can't even afford the 4th one. In all seriousness, I just need to keep going on this, I think. The alternative is that I do try and build an additional gold mine here, believing that it will become more profitable. And even maybe build a road to this. Because this gold mine on paper will be incredibly profitable. He's doing a great job. Yeah. God. Mountains. Good solution. Okay. But the profit per level is already 0.27, and already control's going to go up a lot, you know? 20% cheaper gravel roads. God, is it tempting. Just increase ties to neighbors, I guess. Because it would still be better right now, at least, to build a second gold mine. The problem is gold's always complicated because I actually get a fair bit of inflation right now from the minting, right? In fact, actually, if I build an additional gold mine, I will be in trouble. Okay, I can't build one. That settles that then. No additional gold or silver mines. I'm basically already at my capacity. There is control over monetary policy that could help a fair bit. I'm basically not taxing my burgers anyway. So from a strictly logical perspective, that is actually very helpful. It'll cost me a little bit to get, you know, legitimacy back up, but that's fine. Alright. Free mobility for the common people. I don't know, is there any law change I need? Like, I'm actually, yeah, at the maximum tax for the for commoners, so right now I would get more money if I was on that. Nobility control mining operations. That's for peasant equilibrium. And again, peasant taxes are basically where I get most of my money from, so it makes the most sense to, I think, push towards that. I'll give in for a little system support so I can do a second law change. Nobility control mining operations isn't really all that helpful, but that will help ensure that I do have full taxation from the commoners. Free the subjects. We need to. There's nothing else. Okay. That was good. I think I just have to integrate the one province of Takusa, yeah. This is all fully integrated, so that's good. Nice. That's copper mine. Alright, so the Chile's here. Oh no, this province is in fact starving. Yeah, I'm not really sure why. I don't think the Chile's would help. Alright. Yeah, we're almost through. And there's the uncodified laws. I don't really care about this, and it does unfortunately cost me gold. Well, it's 1.6. Cultural boom. Yeah, we'll do an export ban. Because that's going to be a pile of extra money there. Alright. And now the cost of the court is stabilized, and we're actually earning money again. Yeah. Our taxes are improving. A market village. I don't think a market village is a good build, but well, we've already got 2 farming villages, I guess. It's something. Alright. Subsistence agriculture. But yeah, we're starting to actually get a civilization going here. Oh, you guys did a bunch of conquering. That's actually useful as heck for me if I want to go at you. Oh god, you guys are dead again. I have to leave that guy for a fucking general just in case. Ugh. Negative event after negative event, unfortunately. It can be rough. I don't know why the proximity to capital is so good here. Of going downstream along a river, minus 30. Okay. Great. The commoners are just gonna randomly fucking revolt. I'm just thinking about finding and destroying a silver mine right now. That doesn't produce any silver. Blow up that gold mine. Honestly, I want to get rid of any that are going to produce that aren't, like, taxable. Because they do provide inflation, even if I'm not, like, able to properly collect from them. So as weird as it is, I think it's actually good to destroy those. But yeah, this place, once the core, will get another 20% maximum control. And, well, maybe we can build a silver mine here, you know? 63 gold, yeah, maybe someday. Although the Yunka province seems to continue to just starve for whatever goddamn reason. I think I might want to send somebody to settle the frontier. I don't know, lumber here isn't gonna be great. Jungle vegetation, local food production 10%. Okay, tropical doesn't affect that. So, we'll see. Improve the existing navy. Tough decisions. For now, I'm just kind of happy with where we're at. We still have a lot to integrate, so it can be a bit of a nightmare. But we must spill blood. In the name of Inti, we must destroy the heretics. Not exactly the greatest options here, but guess we'll take what we get, you know? Well, good luck. By which I mean, I expect you to just kind of retreat immediately. The fuck? Well, no, god damn it. No. Stay. Separate Sioux for peace. Inca province. Or Ica province. That immediately knocks them out, more or less anyway. In the meantime, I'm just going to try and get there before the winter sets in. No, the winter's already set in. Well, good enough. They are willing to surrender. I do not know why I can't disband these levies. It's because they've moved too far forward, but cannot complete the move. Construction speed, trade trade efficiency, apothecary. Unfortunately, most of this stuff really just doesn't matter at this point, so have at it. You know? It really is just, I'm going to go through and get everything. Because the truth is, we're going to be here a long time before any new techs become available. Because this is it. I guess that proximity cost might be nice, but whatever. Just get it all. There. 40 techs. So yeah, they're just gonna have to sit there and die, which sucks. But yeah, we continue to grow in power. So are there any provinces over here that are Wari? Or perhaps some other culture I can now accept. You know? Looks like no on those. Alright, there's the Chanka, which I can accept. And then if I create a colonial charter, why are they not? Like, what did I do wrong here? Or I accept the Chanka. At least that's how I thought this worked. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I can't actually, you know, afford these. And I was just trying to set things up here. Alright, so as far as potential profitable buildings goes, there's not enough lumber. Hey, you wanna settle the frontier? In like Yunka, so I can have lumber. We always have to send somebody young, I think. But yeah, let's go try and get some lumber up there. Yay. Temporary insanity. Yeah, at this point I'm unsure as to why the colonial charters didn't take, but it's probably fine. Alright. With any luck, you know, we can continue integrating for a while. Nice. Chincha Zealots. Yeah, it's gonna be a nasty uprising. Yep. It's pretty tough. These other religions. Apparently I've been slowly gaining Yanitan. I don't know. There's not really much I can do about it. Slave conversion or allow slave religion. I do actually like forced slave conversion. But because it lets slaves promote out of being slaves, which is really handy. 98.11. And there's no lumber and apparently no money for me either. Holy shit. Okay, the answer is whatever I've conquered, it's awful. Stop it. Jesus. Okay. Sort of the slave market too. These buildings are expensive, yo. This place produces mercury and you built a terrace here? No. Stop being stupid, you dumb AI. Alright, well that helps a little bit. The Chin-Chan market. Like, I can't afford this. Temple and Tambo. Yeah, don't care. And Tambos are a unique thing for us, but still, don't care. Just start tearing out everything here. So yeah, it's 3 terraces. And a marketplace somewhere. Go down the marketplace. Alright. Yeah, hopefully I can settle the Yunka and, like, get some lumber, maybe? Alright, building expenses back down to where they should be. Which is 3 terraces. As I slowly hope that we get enough lumber. No, we need the money. Alright. Yeah, my capacity to actually tax my estates is pretty much nothing. Good. On to the next province. Guanan Karpa. We gotta slowly integrate everything. Please, please. I don't know. Maybe expand the gravel road network's good here. Yeah, but like we don't have enough lumber. Like I don't even think I can like do sawmills anywhere. You know? Like, there's no trees. We need to take control of the Yunka. Yeah, because everywhere has sparse vegetation. Or even worse, like desert. Building irrigation in the capital. That probably isn't good. Like, yeah, sure, we're, you know, rubbing up against the population cap, but that's really fine. You know? That's actually fine. 3.19. There just isn't anything else in particular. Inclusive levies. Nah, noble levies is best. Alright. Yeah, there's no other laws I need changed, so. I'm actually kind of fine remaining decentralized. I would kind of prefer to, even. Organized traditional economy. We've managed to stabilize food for now. We just got to keep building these RGOs, I guess. It's the only thing I can think to do. You know? That and try and actually secure lumber. There's not enough lumber to do anything. Here's the thing. Let's just get rid of those charcoal kilns. Yay, more temporary insanity. Like, they are kind of worthless, if we're being honest. Like, we're negative 1.6. I'm also just gonna blow up this irrigation. Stop building stupid buildings. And expecting me to pay for them, you know? Alright, 1.61. Oh dear. That number isn't moving. To be fair, I'm not really sure how much, like, lumber we functionally produce. Well, where's this demand coming from? Okay, so we're completely out of lumber. Alright. There's some mendicants right there. I could, like, assuming I get to jungle, I should be able to build sawmills and shit. God, I hope so. Oh, there's lumber here in Wari. And Chanka? Hey, can I get a colonial charter in Wari, and would it actually maybe give it to me? You know, for whatever reason, the Chanka people, even though they're accepted, I can't seem to use them that way. Whatever. Just, it's settling, so I'll let it go. Although, Jesus Christ, that's expensive. It's fine. Yes, more traditional economy. We're trying to get as much fucking food as we can. A farming village there is probably fine. Stop building irrigations there. Yeah, there's just no lumber. We're trying to now push our way down and settle these two provinces and actually get some lumber. Now, unfortunately, this area is entirely terra incognita, and I truly mean that. This is all, if I go to, is it going to be the climate map mode? Or, I think a lot of things. Yeah. Completely untraversable and uninhabitable. Like, we just kind of have this little bit of forest here. So that's it. That said, I think it's probably a good place for me to call it here. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been your latest Kevin, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, folks. Have a good night.